Yeah, well, your tusks are small and your feet are big.
I cares kind of like looking at his wrist going, what the heck?
Hi, my name's Renee. I'm playing Haida, female half-elf cleric.
Hey, I'm Janet. My character's name is Magria. I'm a druid tiefling female.
Hi, I'm Christine. I play Care. He's a dwarven barbarian.
I'm Cynthia. I play a female Asmar sorcerer named Alexandrate, goes by Xandra.
And I'm Melinda, your DM. This week, we take on Cry of the Sea, written by Alicia Furness. You can find it in book 1 of the Uncaged Anthology, which you can find on DM's Guild. Okay, so, guys, where we left off last week was you had all found your rooms.
Yes.
Yes. And all of your rooms were, the exact thing that your characters would have loved to have had. It was everything they could have possibly dreamed of for their quarters. So we had fairy lights and maps and racing bed. We had a room that was cavernous.
Yeah.
We had a California king bed and, the definition of opulence with pillows that you had to push onto the floor because there were so many on the bed. I'm drawing a blank on Xandras. Did you not also have a California king that was also very opulent? With fine clothes in the closet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I had like all the trimmings and stuff.
Yeah. It was pretty late at night when we left off, so we're going to say that you guys have had a long rest. So if you expended any spells, which I don't think anybody did, and I don't think anybody took any damage or anything with the Rusalka, all of that stuff is reset. Care.
Yes.
You hear someone in your room. You're sleeping, probably snoring, I'm assuming. Care snore?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy sleeper.
Yeah. But you hear someone kind of rummaging around in your room.
I pretend to keep snoring.
Okay.
Kind of like open my eyes slowly.
Okay.
I got dark vision.
Okay.
30 feet. You can see in darkness, shades of gray, up to 60 feet, actually.
Okay.
So I should be able to see them pretty clearly.
Yeah. What you see is the back of a very large man. And he is messing or tinkering around with your javelin.
I keep snoring.
Okay.
Roll over a bit, because I have my weapons, like, beside the bed. New place. Not used to it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I grab my great club, which is named...
Bertha? Please tell me it's Bertha.
No, it's actually named Trusty.
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 It does sound like a great club.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he's still shuffling around with the javelin.
Well, he's like very intently focused on the javelin.
Yeah. Are the lights in here candles, or are they like magic lights, so where I can like snap your finger and lights come on?
The clapper. The clapper.
Yeah.
We'll call them magic lights that are sound activated.
Sound activated.
Yeah.
Okay,
so you can clap.
I'll shut my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Activate the lights.
Okay.
And then jump on the guy. And I start howling at the like intruder,
Right.
Try to get the others around.
Okay. And he goes, whoa, friend, calm down, friend. Everything is fine, I promise.
I don't take him for his word.
No,
I try to
hear.
wrestle him to the ground.
I makes things better. I makes the javelin is better now. Trust me, friend. I am friend
I'm
here.
wrestling him to the ground.
Okay. Right.
I'm shouting to like,
Okay.
hey guys, intruder.
So I come running in.
Okay.
I'll come running in.
Who is this guy? What's happening? Is he trying to steal your javelin?
He's messing with my stuff.
Not cool, bro. Not cool.
No, friend. I am friend. I swear to you, I am friend.
I do not recognize you. Do I recognize him actually before
No.
I do this?
No.
No.
It's your brother.
Right, like twins. You've got Arnold and Danny DeVito.
So cute.
Right?
Ask Magria, go get some of the staff.
Okay. So I run off and I try to find what's the main lady we talked to?
The mother.
Criella, or
Yeah.
the
No,
woman
the-
who is in the
Charge of the.
in
Well,
charge
even just
of
like
the.
a guard or.
Yeah, I try to find a guard. Are there guards
Free-
around?
There's not really guards.
Fee.
Svi Brumner.
Brumner.
Okay. So I run around and shout out, Svi! Svi! Anybody around?
She comes running and she's like,
Can you-
"What is it? What is it?" She's like in a panic. What is
Can you
it?
vouch? There's a guy in
Cares.
thank you. Kara's room right now. It looked like he was trying to steal her weapons. We're just wondering, does he belong here? We're not really taking him at his word.
And she goes,
I got my hand over his mouth by now, and hopefully I
Can
haven't
you
pinned
reach
the
his
ground.
mouth?
Well, like if
Is he really big?
He's a big guy, so I'm probably like on his chest. I'm a heavy dwarf.
"Stop."
Can you get up that high?
I probably like took him out of his knees.
Rugby tackle.
Yeah.
He broke the floor when he fell.
right. Okay, so Svi comes running down the hallway with Meg in tow, and she bursts into the room, and she goes, "Smegbrum, what are you doing?"
Oh no.
Smegbrum,
Oh.
what are you doing?
You know this dude?
And she's like, "Yes, it's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Trust me, he's fine."
I slowly get up, but I'm still like holding Trusty. Like,
Right, yeah. And he's
Iron
going,
arms.
"I told you I am friend. I told you I am friend.
What
Smegbrum,
are
I
you
am
doing?
friend."
You
In
can
my
never be
room.
too careful.
And he goes, I fixed Javelin. He's better now.
well, I'm sleeping.
I just walked by the door. The door was cracked open. I saw Javelin. I was expired. And I was inspired.
You died?
I instantly died because I saw Javelin.
The doors have locks on them, I assume.
But your door was open. It was open, so I came in and I saw Javelin and I was inspired to
Insight
fix.
check that.
Please do.
I would have locked. 13.
13. He is in fact telling the truth.
I grumble.
Fine. Fair enough.
Okay.
And you entered without my permission.
He says,
Like, Trusty's in front of his face now.
and he's like, hey, inspiration. When it strikes, I must answer.
It's kind of weird, though, just going into somebody's room like that. Do you do that often?
Inspiration. When it comes, I must answer.
So what kind of inspiration? Like, can we maybe go back? Let's circle back here. What were you trying to fix on the javelin?
Because I makes better. See, the problem with the javelin is that when you throw the javelin is gone. It's useless now in fight, right?
I usually go back and get it.
Right. But that takes time during a battle. So what I have done is I have attached this thing. And now when you throw the javelin, you have instant recall.
Oh.
And he stands up, Kara stands up straighter, like, instant recall. Define this.
Instant recall. You call javelin, it comes back.
Like an elastic band?
Kind of, yeah.
Chain of return.
Boomerang?
Chain of returning, yeah.
On javelin.
On javelin.
I go
I
to the
see.
javelin.
I've made better.
Try it.
He's like,
I get out of your way.
He's looking at it, like. So he inspects the javelin now.
Mhm.
So it's javelin with chain of returning attached to it?
Mhm. So what happens is now if you throw it, you can use your bonus action as a recall and the javelin will come back to you.
That's kind of cool. Can you fix any of my weapons while you're at it? Or what kind of...
What do you need?
Well, so what do I have for weapons?
So I have 4 javelins, so I don't need it. I don't need the other 3 now.
Well, I have a quarter
Upstairs.
staff.
Do you have any chains of flaming death?
I don't think so.
Can you fix a mace? Or a dragon... What is it? Dragon
Dragonbane?
Or a dog named
Dog.
Shop?
Yeah, right.
Dogbane.
Yeah. Can you fix my hellhound? He seems to be broken. He's barking a lot. And I don't know why.
But we love him so much.
Right.
Do you have a light crossbow or something? Where no, that might not work with the.
I don't know. Quarter staff.
Because if he can.
Oh, dragon blade. Yeah, a dragon bane blade.
What do you need? What's wrong with sword?
Oh, it's great. Maybe just that it would never break.
He says, you could leave sword with me and I can see what I can do, but again, inspiration must strike before I can really create these things.
Okay, well, we'll just leave it, but maybe let's lay some ground rules. Don't come into people's rooms when they're sleeping.
No, I must. I must.
Oh.
When inspiration strikes, I must.
So that's
No.
creepy.
I simply must.
But I sleep naked.
Then I won't look.
Like you see Care like shuffle awkwardly.
My inspiration is striking.
Ew. Ew. I'm a teenager. Ew.
I'm so young for this.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's really funny.
Yeah. So creepy old man.
I am not creepy old man. I am fixer. I am
Okay,
tinkerer.
that's great. That's cool. But should we leave our weapons elsewhere? So if you feel like tinkering with them and not coming into our rooms, we like our privacy.
This all depends on these things that happen and when the inspiration strikes.
You're weird.
I'm not weird. You're weird.
Probably.
You're weird. You little girl with horns. And Svi is like, Smegbrum, we have talked about this.
Smegbrum.
You can't say things like that. This is not okay.
I'm offended.
I am offended.
Yeah.
I am offended.
Yeah. Wait, who?
Smegbrum is offended.
No.
So Kare's finished looking at the javelin. So he's attached a chain of returning to it. Did he? Kare's gonna ask if he created the chain of returning itself. Did he enchant it essentially?
It must be enchanted in order for it to function properly.
So did you do the attachment or did you do the enchanting of the chain of returning?
I do all of these things.
So magic and tinkering.
See, when the inspiration strikes, Smegbrum can do.
Do you want a photo of like me so then if you get inspired, you can kind of cue it up?
You just be ready for
You're
it
ready
when
for
it
it.
happens.
Yeah.
No.
Just think of me.
Smegbrum, he knows all of the weapons that you all have. So we will see what Smegbrum can come up with. I don't know about the Dragonbane, but we will see what we can do.
Well, good then.
Well, okay. All right. So as the conversation starts to get increasingly awkward, because Smegbrum is now very defensive and Megra is obviously
He made it awkward. You made it awkward, weirdo.
No, you made it awkward, little girl with the horns.
Leave my horns out of this.
No.
Leave it out. Don't be weird.
What time of day is it, by the way?
It's morning.
Hey, she's just really horny.
Right? Yeah.
No!
It's early morning. So
so there's no point going back to bed, kind of thing.
No, like you're up now for the day. I mean, you were obviously very alarmed to find like a giant man in your room messing
Yeah.
with your stuff,
Yeah,
right?
well, like it was like 12 or something like that. I'd probably try to go back to bed.
Yeah, no. This
So
is morning.
Smegbrum had his coffee, was walking down the hallway. He's like, "Ooh, I have inspiration."
Yep.
And I'll go. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do.
But the thing is, I'm gonna point this out of character. Our rooms are in it like an alcove, right? Mm-hmm. So why would he be walking by? Is it like a
good
dead
point.
end?
No, he knew about our weapons. So he was thinking javelin. Javelin.
Whose side are you on?
Anyways, yeah.
She low key works for Smegbrum. So through the doorway, as the conversation is getting quite awkward,
Yeah, I'm slowly like trying to shuffle
and like
them.
more and more people are starting to like get their defenses up. Suddenly, through the door, wafting comes the smell of breakfast, and it's many breakfast smells. It's the smell of French toast. It's the smell of pancakes. It's the smell of eggs and fresh baked croissants. And there's the smell of sausage and bacon and fresh fruit. It's all wafting down the hallway. And,
See you guys.
and Svi goes, breakfast is ready.
You had me at French toast.
Yeah.
It was the first thing you said.
It was the first thing. And Svi was talking like Smegbrum for some reason there for a second. That's not her. Breakfast is ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
I start shuffling everyone out. I'm gonna look at the door before. Is it a bolt type, or what type of locking mechanism is it?
There's just like a
You
latch
wanna
thing
look
that
at.
you twist like underneath the doorknob, and
Yeah,
you
it's
just
just a bolt.
yeah.
Okay. Kare's thinking about getting a deadbolt, like an extra.
Maybe Smegbrum can make you a deadbolt.
He doesn't trust him right now.
No.
That's something for later, maybe.
Right. Okay. So you're going down the hallway for breakfast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you're back into, remember when you were on your way to your particular hallway,
Oh.
you kind of came through that common room?
I think so. I'm gonna knock on Xandra's door.
Oh,
as we
yep.
Go by, see if she's awake, and Let her know breakfast is ready.
Okay, I'll be there.
Okay, off I go.
Okay, perfect. You know what we didn't do, you guys?
Our cheers!
We didn't cheers.
Thank God
We have
for
to start again.
editing.
No, I'm leaving it exactly in this point.
Oh,
We gotta cover your.
It's okay. We'll just be very careful. We'll just cheers around the table this way. Oh my God, you guys!
Cheers.
Cheers! Blizzards and wine. Blizzards and wine. Oh, there's one more. Oh gosh, that was so awkward.
It was awkward.
These are the things, you guys. You gotta remind me that we gotta do.
I know. We need a checklist.
Dude,
Get the
no wonder it felt weird.
get the wine chiller.
Anybody else feel weird about that? The Juno wine chiller?
That's a good thing on our checklist of getting.
Yeah, obviously. Juno wine chiller. Also Freshenet or East Coast Spirits or JD Shore.
I'm gonna ask as we're walking towards the common room or kitchen, I guess. I'm gonna ask Svi. Am I saying that right? Svi?
Yep.
A question. I have a pet. The room came with a terrarium,
Okay.
so he's gonna be asking, who do I inquire? How do I go about getting a steady supplies of bugs?
Okay. No. This isn't something that you need to worry about. This is already something that we're very on top of and taking care of.
If I'm not here, will someone be able to feed it?
Absolutely.
do the rooms take care of that themselves?
Roll an insight check for me.
Well, I'll do it too.
All of us, or just
14.
14.
24.
24. Whoa. You can tell that she is reluctant to share a piece of information with you.
I'm eating.
It's not. You're just oblivious.
I think I am
Totally
too.
oblivious.
Actually,
I'm
yeah.
eating several of the
Just
wine.
not on
I'm not-
bacon.
Right? You have like a giant stack of pancakes with whipped cream on the top of them, and you're just like, oh,
Nom nom nom.
right? You can tell she's a little bit reluctant, like she's holding a little bit of information back, but she assures you that there are people within the headquarters who look after these kinds of things. Okay. In response to your question in
Yeah.
particular. Yeah. Okay.
It might not always be in the terrarium, but if I leave it, I just want to make sure it's cared for. And
Yes.
he just walks off. Go on to the food.
Okay. All right. So what's everybody getting for breakfast? Details.
Ooh,
Details.
French toast, pancakes, bacon, sausage, porridge, fruit. Basically one of everything. Eggs, scrambled eggs, and an omelet, and eggs Benedict.
Yeah, I'm doing eggs
I eat a
Benedict,
lot.
but with bacon and not ham. I don't like ham.
Okay.
After being a little bit late for after applying my fantasy makeup, I get French toasts and bacon. That's it. Mostly French toast.
Kara's probably going to have steak or something. Something weird. I don't even.
Steak and eggs
I
is
have to look
awesome.
into like the. Well, yeah, steak that might be appropriate. I don't even know what the dwarves normally eat, so he's probably feeling a little homesick and he's feeling better because of the room. But
Sure. Yeah.
he wants something kind of home, so whether it's a magic kitchen or some sort,
Okay.
if they have that option, he's going to take it.
Sure. Do you remember the beer that was in Affluent? It was the beer that was more hearty than it was alcoholic. It had sage and what was the other thing it had in it?
Where is this?
In
The-
Affluent, where the Rusalka
festival
was.
town?
Yeah.
Right,
Did we
Midsummer.
even drink there?
It
Oh,
was
I think we
a
did.
beer. It was brewed with heather and sage.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
the
remember
fancy
that because I
beer.
wanted to try it in real life.
Yeah, so they have that at the table to go with your breakfast, and they also have green tea, and they have a very bitter potion made from beans.
And what does that potion
It's
do?
just coffee.
I'll have that. Oh yeah, I'll have that.
Okay.
I'll go with the beer.
Sorry, it was brewed with heather and sage?
Yeah,
Who's Heather? Poor Heather.
I know. I feel so sorry
sage?
for her. Yeah. Heather and Sage. I mean, they were adventurers at one time. Okay, so you're getting through breakfast, and you have yet to lay eyes on Criella or Amber or any of the the usual people that you have seen come through.
And Elizabeth's probably out and about.
Yeah.
doing stuff.
And you're all, talking about your morning and having to deal with the sudden appearance of Smegbrum. And you hear this come through your tattoos.
Canticle Bay has a problem. Their men keep going missing. This began happening shortly after the fish in the bay started disappearing. The men had to start fishing further and further out into the ocean, and that's when they start to vanish. The mayor is called Hamish Grindle. He seems mainly concerned because in the absence of men, women have been taking on more of the physical labor. The economy of the port town is starting to suffer, and the civilians are looking to the mayor to solve this issue. He is unsure of what to do next, and has offered adventurers good gold to solve the mystery, which we know would do well to line our coffers so we can further our work. The mayor is usually found at his own residence. On a more personal note, I will admit to indulging in seafood. I can only encourage you to do the same and stop by at the Shriveled Barnacle for the fish chowder. It truly is something special. Oh, and one more thing. While you're in town, you'll hear a song that comes in with the tide. The locals call it the Cry of the Sea. I have a different idea about that.
I'm excited to solve this fish-ish.
Oh my god. The song is called The Cry of the Sea, right?
Cry of
the Sea.
When
That's
does
what
that
they call
happen?
it. At the tides.
At the tides.
At
yeah.
the tides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I had trouble hearing that all.
And we're going to something bay?
Canticle Bay.
Canticle?
Canticle. Yeah, like tentacle, but canticle.
That's where this is all happening?
Yes. Yeah.
When he goes
Shriveled
down.
barnacle for the chowder. Well, let's Yelp that.
It's a 5-star review. Okay, so at the conclusion of that, Criella
And so
comes.
this is what we're eating. So like, I'm just still like still eating while I'm hearing it. Through,
Right. Yeah.
The magic means.
So at the end of that, Criella comes like bursting into the room, and she's like, you know, she's obviously has run for like a minute because like her robes are, you know, kind of displaced. Like she looks a little undone. Like her hair is kind of a mess. She's a little sweaty. Like she has run. And for a wizard,
Yeah, that's.
this is not something that usually happens. And she goes, "Oh, thank God you're awake. I was hoping that, you know, his name is Bozki. I was hoping Bozki would have waited a little bit longer so I at least could have been with you for breakfast and the delivering of the first message for your first official mission for Knights Defiance." She explains that you're going to the town of Canticle Bay. They are a town that is dependent on ocean fishing for its economy. It is a bustling port town. It's always warm. There's palm trees. There's white sandy beaches. The waters are a beautiful, clear blue color. The houses, for the most part, are white with the terracotta roof tiles, for the most part. You will notice that a lot of the time, everybody is just getting like the market ready and fresh fish are coming in all of the time. So there's just like it's like a constant drone of fish coming in, unloading of the boats, freshening up of the fish in the stalls in the market and things like that. They're actually responsible for supplying fish further inland as well. So this is a very, very busy town, and the economy there is completely dependent on the ocean.
Do we have the residence address of Hamish?
It's probably the biggest house. He's the mayor.
Care grumbles.
Hot.
By the way, we should describe who Bozki is in terms of your NPC, so you just have some kind of frame of reference for him. Bozki is a Dragonborn ranger, and he's obsessed with seafood
And shriveled barnacles.
and shriveled barnacles. Well, okay, particular seafood at the shriveled barnacle. Let's just do that. That's weird. Let's just call it that. Super weird. Okay. So you guys everybody's in. Everybody wants to go on. Everybody is intrigued by Bozki's random message while you were eating your pancakes and French toast in the morning
And steak.
and steak, right? Okay. So Criella looks across the room and she nods. And again, 3 other people dressed similarly to Criella come across the room. Everybody is asked to make sure that everybody is finished breakfast because she doesn't want to hurry anybody. But, you know, it's best to get you on your way. Everybody is ready to go. Everybody has everything that they need.
I think so.
Go back to my room, make sure, because I probably didn't bring weapons with me to breakfast.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I
good
go make
point.
sure
Yeah,
I got
let's
my
do that.
weapon.
Okay.
I do for some reason.
I feel like you always have yours.
Yeah.
So everybody's got their stuff.
Get my equipment, my new javelin.
Okay.
Yep, I've grabbed my
I
stuff.
kind of look at it and just like
Yeah.
strap
Right.
it in.
So you come back out into the common room, and Criella and the 3 other wizards, acolytes, wizards, are there, and they're just finishing drawing the runes in the air that make the doors appear like we've seen before. This door, however, doesn't look like the last door that you saw, which was kind of rickety and tied together with ropes, with the rope for the door handle. This one is kind of a step beyond that. It's not quite as rickety. It actually has, wooden nails that are holding it together, and it actually has, like, those old-timey latches where you lift the latch up and then you can push the door. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The hook with the latch, and then you. Okay, that. So it has that. Criella, points towards the door and says that is your way to Canticle Bay.
Let's have at her.
I step through.
Okay, so you're all going single file. Perfect.
The only way
I'll take up the rear.
Okay, so as you come through the door, it's like it's not a good smell where you've landed. The door closes behind you and vanishes, so there's no going back at this point. But the smell is, it's an outhouse that you've landed in, guys.
Ew.
So we're inside the.
You have landed in the latrine of a place.
Why you do that?
Couldn't they have like reversed it?
This is where you have landed.
Is it an especially roomy outhouse?
I mean, y'all are cramped up. Yeah, y'all are cramped.
We're not. There's
We
not
get out
somebody
quick.
in there using the facilities. Is
No, not at this exact moment.
Not on
No.
the lap.
So
Yeah,
do they
no.
have like the little moon on the door that you can look
Oh
at?
yeah, like the whole thing.
Okay, I'm looking
Yeah.
out to see if there's anybody looking.
Yeah, no, there's nobody looking.
All right, that's probably why they put us in here so we could be like inconspicuous coming out of it.
I open the door
Yeah.
inconspicuously. And leave.
Okay.
I run out holding my nose.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, like whoa.
No, there's no inconspicuous.
Where the elephants, the clowns coming out of the clown car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Cares last.
Okay.
Then the ladies out first.
Last, okay, perfect. Okay, so you come out of the door and you are right beside a building, and you can see hanging on the side, like a post that comes out from the front of the building, is Shriveled Barnacle written above it. So do you want to go to the Shriveled Barnacle first?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you go into the Shriveled Barnacle and you can hear a ruckus. There are some folks arguing.
I do prestidigitation and make sure I'm not, smelling.
Okay.
From the outhouse.
Okay.
I'll do that on all of us.
I can assure
you.
you are as fresh as a warm summer's breeze. Yeah. You come into the Shriveled Barnacle. There's like a crowd that seems to be gathered around like the center of the tavern. The barkeep and the bar over on the side. And you can hear a woman and you can hear a man, and it is a heated discussion.
I want to try and find out what the discussion's about.
Okay. All right. So you head into the crowd. You kind of skirt your way through. And you get to not really the front row, so you're not like right in the front, but you're like a couple of rows back. And you see a half-orc female. She's, burly. She's quite built, and she's quite combative. And you see a half-elf male. Now, he's dressed in fine clothes, kind of snobbish. And they seem to be trading barbs back and forth at each other. And he's saying to her things like, yeah, well, your tusks are small and your feet are big.
I go, ooh.
Right? And immediately what you see are these, two dwarves who immediately come to her defense. And they're like, yeah, well, your ship is too big. We think you're overcompensating for something.
So we just grab our popcorn.
Right. So, they seem to be trading barbs back and forth. And she is mentioning the fact that he may have lost a couple of his crew members recently. The dwarves are like high-fiving each other, and they're like, yeah, take that, man. Yeah, you stupid dick.
Your pilot died.
Right? You're bad at sailing. Your ship is stupid. There's like just stuff like that being sent back and forth.
Your rigging's not set up right.
Yeah, like your sails are always
Soggy.
flaccid.
Soggy.
Soggy. Ew, guys. God.
Okay, so Urine is the half elf.
His name is Urine.
Urine?
Urine. Yep.
Urine.
Urine. Y-O-U-R-I-N. Urine. Urine? Urine. Urine? Maybe it's urine.
Probably.
Y-O-U-R-I-N.
Yeah.
That's
Urine.
urine.
Urine. Okay. Urine. Yeah. His name is Urine. The half-orc female, her name is Rex. R-E-X. And the more that Rex seems to be getting the upper hand in this argument that's going back and forth, the more the crowd seems to be turning on her in particular. And you know, he's boasting about the size and speed of his boat, and she's like, whatever, man, like that don't impress me much. You know, that
So what, you Brad Pitt?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Are they arguing in common?
Oh yeah, yeah. This whole thing is happening in common, and you know, the dwarves are scampering in and around the crowd, and they're, you know, if somebody from the crowd shouts something at Rex, then they're, you know, kind of responding on her behalf with their, you know, dwarven jabs and things like that.
I'll push my way into the crowd,
Okay.
and I'll actually say, friends, can't we all get along? And I offer to buy them all a beer, each a beer, the fighting people.
Oh, okay.
Not everybody.
I'm scanning the crowd.
All of one. God.
I'm scanning the crowd, getting a feel for if anyone's shifty or, you know,
Sure.
if anyone's ready to come to blows about this.
Sure, yeah, yeah. It doesn't seem like that's the direction that the argument is going in. It seems like it's pretty much a verbal combat.
Yeah. And I stay close to Haida.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Haida.
Haida, sorry.
Sorry. You offer to buy them both a beer, and this definitely gets their attention. Urine. Urine? God.
Let's just say urine.
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 We just call him Yo. Can we just call him Yo for
Yeah.
short? Are we all
Sure,
good with
you're
that?
the
Okay.
DM.
Can you seem to catch his attention before you catch Rex's attention? She seems a little less inclined to be bought by beer. It seems as though Yo can't pass up a free anything.
I don't like him already.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, and like part of the jabs that they're throwing back and forth is, you know, like women aren't good sailors. What are you even doing out on the sea? And you know, typical things like that you would hear.
Right.
Yeah. Women are bad luck at sea. So you buy them a beer, and they and the parties that they have with them kind of go to opposite ends of the tavern.
I go and sit down sort of in the side of the tavern and just kind of look around. I'm just taking stock of where we are.
Okay.
I order some chowder,
Some chowder.
and then I go and sit at the table near urine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll sit with Haida.
I get a beer.
Who are you sitting down with?
On the table opposite, like on the other side of.
So you're with Rex while these guys are with Urine? Yeah. Urine?
So we're just like surrounding everyone.
Just call him P.
Right?
We're not taking sides.
We're calling
We're
him Yo.
splitting the party.
We're splitting the party.
I'm gonna grab some chowder too. I'm just gonna run up and
Because chowder right after breakfast is fantastic.
Chowder and beer.
Chowder.
Won't grab the chowder, but I'll grab a beer.
Okay, so I would like you to roll for, I want to say roll for friendship, but that's not right.
Charisma?
Yeah, do a charisma check.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
It's like, I'm debating whether
6.
Kara's not really going to be talking much, so I'm going to still do it anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
6.
Okay.
20. So 18 plus 2.
Okay.
20.
20? Okay. Then not 20 or?
No, 16 plus 4.
Okay, perfect. All right. You're sitting with Rex, you're sitting with Yorin. You sit down with your respective, you know, sides of the confrontation. And some of the things that Yorin explains is that he has, frankly, a bigger ship than Rex does. And he doesn't really understand the reason behind her insulting about, you know, losing a couple of members of his crew, because frankly, fishermen have been going missing around Canticle Bay for quite a while now, like a few weeks anyway, maybe even months. And he explains that he's heard rumors that some of the survivors have taken refuge on one of the islands that are in the bay. He says, you know, thank you for diffusing the situation, and should you like me to, I can accompany you for 100 gold.
Company as where?
I spit out chowder.
There's like a clam against the wall.
I look at Rex. I'm like, do you know where he's talking about accompanying us?
And she says yes. She says that she actually arrived in Canticle Bay to help in finding the missing men, but everyone has refused to hire her. She says that she explains that she has a small sloop-type boat. She's going to use it to explore the islands herself through Canticle Bay.
Might be a little easier with the sloop to get around the islands.
That's what I've been trying to tell everyone, but everyone doesn't seem to be all that interested in listening to me. And frankly, I don't know why anyone would want to go and work with somebody whose father bought them a galley ship in the first place.
Can't argue with you there.
Right? She also explains that she has been investigating the singing, which is known to come in on the tide. She says that she is willing to accompany you for 40 gold pieces.
That's a little more reasonable. Although, what do we have? What do you guys
I
have?
have like 15 minus all these beers.
I think I
and
have
chowder.
10 silver, 20.
I have
Can't
10.
read this on.
10 gold.
Is that on D&D Beyond? Is that 20 or? Well, it says gold and in brackets 10 SP.
I'm gonna kind of laugh out loud at Yoren saying 100 gold. It'll be like, what do you think we're looking for? Men made out of gold? 100 gold for fishermen?
He's like, come now, I must take my massive boat out onto the seas. You must make it worth my while.
I will just get someone else. And then we turn. Or I turn, not we.
You're not at our table.
Yeah.
You're just like out in the corner.
I
Like,
kind of.
hey, no thanks.
No. No, and take that. And I throw a clam.
We good, man.
Yeah. No thanks.
Right. Okay, so about this time,
Clearly an
another man comes stomping into the shriveled barnacle. And he seems to attract the attention of everyone in the room, and like a general like murmuring comes over the crowd. He sees, a group of 4 people he's not familiar with, and he comes over and introduces himself as Mayor Grindle.
All right. That's who we were looking for. No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Mayor
it is.
Hamish.
Hamish Grindle was.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so why don't we walk over to him?
We will to Urine. We will consider your offer. We have some other business to attend to. We'll let you know later.
Sure, and he kicks back and sips on his free beer.
Super classy of us.
And we out offside, we could probably talk to the guild too. Help. Did we get paid for the last one?
We as long as we keep our receipts.
We got a stipend.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Maybe
Expense
there's
claim.
probably some petty cash or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are going over to talk to the mayor?
And I flag over Xandra and Magria.
You can call me Meg.
Meg.
Probably easier. I don't even know.
Just
my own
remember
name.
sangria, but add an M in front of it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna remember.
Sort of.
Mangria. Megria.
Megria? Megra? I don't.
Holy
Wrong
God,
already.
I'm Meg.
Girl, we gotta figure out your
Meg.
name.
Hey, Meg.
Yeah.
Right.
There we go.
Okay, so you go over to the mayor, and the mayor is like, oh, you are here to assist us with our problem?
Yes.
Yep.
He explains that the thing he's most concerned with are the missing fishermen from the village, because what happens is all of these men are missing, and more of the physical labor has been left to the women in the village, and frankly the women of the village are just not pulling the same amount of weight that the men can. He says that he's had a lot of emotional pleas from women in the village looking for husbands and brothers, and he has had enough of dealing with the hysteria of women, and is just really important that these men be found so these screaming, wailing women can stop coming to his door.
Well, so sorry that you're being inconvenienced.
Have you found out anything about what's going on so far?
He just explains that, the fishing seemed to become quite scarce suddenly, and the men had to continue moving further and further out to sea, which was, something that the mayor and the fishermen had talked about before these men started to go missing. He said it's been happening for about 10 weeks, and he says he is willing to offer a very substantial reward for your assistance in this matter.
How
Define substantial.
500 gold pieces. I'll give you 250 of it now, and the other 250.
We could take
Each?
we could take the big boat.
I don't want the big boat. We can split. Make a challenge out of it to see who gets there first.
Because it's a race.
Why not?
Rather
Could
not.
be to save their lives.
Stay together.
Could be.
Stick together.
Yeah, I think we should stick together. I mean, I'm willing. Why don't we discuss? If you just excuse us a moment, we'll have a quick discussion here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, off to the side, Kara says that the guild expects some of that gold back. So we can't spend it all. So avoid the 100 gold.
I mean,
Kid.
Urin's a bit of a jerk, but
I
he
mean,
has
it's
a big,
all in the name.
He has a big ship, so we could like stay away from him mostly. Or the half-orc ship is smaller, maybe faster.
More easily maneuverable around the islands.
But no,
And for her, it's only 40 gold.
but no private cabins.
Well, how long do you think we'll be out there? How far away? Do we know how far away these other islands are?
I mean, they're not like a day's voyage or anything like that. They're, I want to say, in the immediate area, but I mean, they are
Right.
out.
Right.
Yeah. You couldn't swim
Like
to
George's Island or whatever that
Yeah,
is.
like you couldn't swim to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like we'll do this in a couple days probably thing.
Oh, God.
Something like that.
Yeah, probably.
I'm willing to go with Rags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
with
same.
Okay, Rags.
So we need any other information from Hamish. Said 10 weeks. Fish are gone missing first. Let's get the areas from him. And then as a result, the people are missing too.
And nothing like this has ever happened before.
No, this is the first time.
So do we have a map of the area? A list of names of those who are lost?
No. Well, no list. But whoever you decide to take out to sea, like whoever you decide to go out to sea with, will know the way around the bay.
Okay. So they'll know who.
Do we know how many are missing?
A few men.
Define a few.
More than 3? Over 10 weeks?
No closer number.
God damn it. Hang on.
What hair color do they have?
Yeah, right?
When are their birthdays?
Do we have to come up with names again?
Signs. How many
Right?
people are we looking for exactly?
Yeah, I just wonder how many we're looking for.
Well, yeah, because if we find 2, then but
Define 2, come back. We're done.
Yeah.
Over 10 weeks?
Yeah, over 10
And,
weeks.
and we're talking about ships that have gone missing, so probably like 2 or 3.
No, it's just particular sailors have gone missing.
so I wonder if they're getting.
Oh yeah, we should ask about in what circumstance did they go missing?
I bet you the song has something to do with it.
Yeah, they just didn't come back to port with
Were
their
they missing
ships.
off their ship, or the entire ship missing?
No, they're missing off of the ship.
Okay, so they're smaller ships.
Oh. So the ships are just kind of out there floating on their own.
Were the ships ever found again?
Yeah, the ships came back to port, but they were missing members of the crew.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
So did they fall overboard? Did they...
Get grabbed by a giant monster? This is important.
There were
info.
no reports of monsters from the remaining crew who came back to port.
They just kind of disappeared.
And
Interesting.
Nobody knows
Okay.
why.
Did they notice them missing in the morning, or when they finally came back to port, they suddenly said, "Oh,
No, we were trying to
Where's
square up.
Bonehead?
We were trying to square up payments, and when it was time for the men to come and collect, we had extra coins, so we knew that we were missing.
so real attentive crews out there that they're not noticing missing crew members."
Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's a hard day's work out there.
Do you know of any witnesses?
Nobody seems to be able to account for what could have happened.
What do you know about the
Cry of the Sea?
Cry of the Sea? Thank you.
The further out to sea, the more regular and more often that song seems to happen.
It only happens at the tides.
Well, that's when you hear it inland.
What type of voice is it? Like music, or is it a voice singing it?
It's a singing voice,
Male or female?
female.
So it's totally like Frozen 2. The one that I can't get out of my head. I'm not going to sing
no
it.
idea what you're talking about.
Are you sure you don't want to? You could,
Just a little. I don't know it.
yeah,
so-
Copyright, guys,
could you just
copyright.
do a couple of bars? Do you want to hum some?
I can't visualize.
Put it on, but
Yeah,
got it
I
in
mean,
my head, but I
what's
can't.
Frozen?
God, guys.
I haven't seen the first movie yet.
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Love Disney.
I know.
Okay. All right,
So, this
so
should be easy. If it's Disney, it's going to be okay. All okay, guys. Nobody will die.
they'll
die
come
in
close.
Disney.
We'll get a cute little friend, like a little animal friend.
I already have one.
Oh,
I don't know.
I haven't
Yeah.
introduced him yet.
Yeah, right. Okay. So you're going to go out to explore Canticle Bay with Rex, who
Yeah.
has the sloop. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I like that. So she has been investigating the singing, right? So she has kind of an idea of which direction she goes into. You come across... Oh, wait. You look out into the water, and 8 dolphins who are swimming alongside of the boat. And they're, doing their playful dolphin thing, and they're jumping in and out of the ocean. And the dwarves have some fish. And they're like throwing them into the water to the dolphins. So the dolphins are putting on like this pretty impressive show
Oh, super
for you guys as you head out.
Kara is staying in the center of the boat, near the mast.
A little green around the gills.
Not quite green, but like just, no land kind of nerve.
Right. A little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it doesn't take long before you approach a small island. It seems to be populated mostly by just shrubs and a ridge of jutting rocks that are covered with lichen and barnacles.
Okay. So
Do we see anything?
Nothing really other than that. But she does pull up to the island, so you guys can get off of the boat and have a poke around.
is she coming with us? Like she's not going to
Is
take
this-
off without us?
Yeah, no, she's not going to take off without you, but she does drop anchor and she's going to stay with the boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably a good
Is
idea.
this where the survivors are rumored to be?
She says it's best. Rumors that she has been able to find have said that there are potentially survivors on any of these islands.
Okay.
Why is you choose this one in particular?
Well, it's the closest.
He's like nods in satisfaction. He gets ready to disembark.
Okay, I grab my weapon, my dragon.
Grab my stuff.
No, you left it with
Wait, we have no?
Schmockschmeg.
Oh, did I actually leave that one?
Didn't you? Didn't you want him to
You
work
were
on
gonna
it?
leave him there
You want-
for it to inspire him.
You wanted to inspire him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like, "Oh, it only comes with." Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll take one of my weapons then.
Smegbrum has your...
God damn. Smegbrum.
I thought you did. Was that not what you wanted to do?
She was talking about it, but I don't remember.
Well, because when I said, "Do you want to take it?" he said, "Well, I would
Oh,
need
yeah.
to be inspired."
I do remember. Like he was just like, "Oh, it's only gonna happen if I'm inspired anyway." So, it kind
So
of
we left it at that,
And
so I
then
don't know if he
distracted.
took it.
It
Did he
makes
take it? It's your choice, DM. Did he take it?
You discover he was inspired and he took it before you
Right.
left.
Well, no, like
Then you guys made terrible
It's
jokes.
only missing.
Yeah, I assumed that you were leaving it with him should he become inspired.
That's
Okay.
what I thought.
Sure, we'll do that.
That's the way that I
If
understood
it
it.
inspires him to work on it, do something
Yeah.
funky with it.
Yeah. I mean, you can totally have like a replacement broadsword or something
Sure.
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll move forward with that.
Okay.
Okay. So you get to the island. I would like you to make a perception check for me, please.
16.
7.
8. Seawater.
7.
Oh.
All right.
Is it even seawater or is it lake water?
No, it's definitely seawater.
We wouldn't
So,
want clams from the lake.
Haida, you
Chowder.
as you step foot onto the island and take like your first couple of steps onto the island, you do notice like a low pulsating thump and tremor, and it's very consistent. It's like bum bum, bum bum, bum bum.
Can I trace where it's coming from?
You can, sure.
Okay.
Do another perception check.
24.
Okay. It seems to be coming from the ground
Directly below us.
as you were walking.
So
do,
earthquake?
you point it out to us?
Yeah, I'll
Because
let
my
people
8
know that-
perception didn't notice.
Do
My
you guys-
7 didn't notice anything.
You guys, there's some like movement coming from below us.
That makes me a bit nervous.
So I stop and like try to see if I can see the movement, or feel the movement.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess survival check.
Okay.
See if we can find out the nature of where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Yeah, we should do that.
Like, Kara's like full on the ground, ear to the ground, doing the,
Okay.
the fake ranger stuff.
11 plus 3, 14 for me.
18.
Yeah. No.
You just know that it seems to be, again, coming from the ground, and it seems to be very, very regular, very consistent.
So what is this like? I'm asking for a description.
It's like a thrumming.
Or is it static? Is it like
Rhythmic.
Like,
rhythmic?
Yeah,
or
it's rhythmic and
like
it's
if you were
very
standing
consistent.
by a big drum in another room going dum, thump, and you'd feel the
Dumb.
kind of thing. Not necessarily drum, but you feel
a
it. You feel in your
heartbeat?
bones.
Maybe it's like a party.
Kara makes a face when he hears the heartbeat.
Like a heartbeat?
But there's nothing on the island that would make us think that. Like
Big
that
if
tells
it
us what
is.
it's doing. It's just below us and coming from the ground.
Kara
Is
starts
this
walking.
really an island, or is it like a giant turtle thing or something?
Right? That's what I was thinking.
I scoff, turtle. And I walk up to a ridge, see if I can get a look around the land.
Right.
I take a look at the ground and see what I'm looking at, what I'm walking on.
This is a weird check to make. Make a persuasion check
All right.
For Xandra or for everyone?
for everyone.
Persuasion.
Yeah, it feels like a weird check, but that's what they have
11.
here.
7.
Well, maybe we're
24.
persuading it to come out.
Chasing dice.
20.
24.
Okay, so you're like prodding and poking at
Yeah,
the
like-
ground.
Poking at the ground, moving I assume there's like sand and stuff there.
Yep.
Moving it around, trying to see if there's anything under it, like, a shell.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And you hear like a splash off in the distance, and then there's a head that comes up out of the water, and
Ah!
it turns and looks at you and goes, "Rat tickles!
What?
Rat tickles!"
Like, Kara turns around in the direction.
Who are you?
Adorable.
My name is Ovra.
Like ovary.
Like ovary, but Ovra. Yeah.
What
So
are
there's
you?
urine and ova. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. This is.
Pleased to meet you.
Kara's like slowly
I
walking
don't
over.
know
we're
why,
all
but I
like-
have to do this with my hand while
Do
I'm
it.
doing this.
Oh,
Do it.
dude, like a puppet.
I am Ovra. I've been here for almost 1,000 years. I am a dragon turtle.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Buddy?
Oh, you
How's it
wine
going?
or beer?
Fine. Thank you for asking.
This is really exciting. I've like always.
You've always wanted to meet a giant.
yeah.
They will have some
I
nice,
can I get a little scratch under the chin?
those are nice horns.
Oh, thanks. Nobody usually likes them. Ah, it means a lot.
Oh my god. Okay.
Dragon turtle.
Dragon turtle.
Have you seen any creatures like us around the island? Around you?
Are you talking humans?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I
You didn't eat them, did you?
Well,
No.
humanoid at least. We weren't told what they actually were, if they were human or whatever.
Sure.
Horrible record keepers.
I do what I can to remain hidden from humans by hiding here in plain sight. They've assumed forever that I'm just an island.
Oh, there we go. Is it okay that we're on here? I don't want to like disturb you. Are you?
Well, I mean, you do tickle where you step.
Okay. We'll try and be careful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
This is my favorite thing.
Carefully back.
Right? It's so cute.
Yeah.
She goes on to explain that she understands that there seems to be some kind of conflict between the land dwellers and sirens. And she's not really all that interested in what's happening because, well, frankly, she's going to outlive them all anyway.
Sure. I get it.
Do you know where the sirens are staying right now?
She says that she does believe that they do have their own underground city.
Oh. Do you think it's near here?
Well, she explains that she does know where there is a location of a shipwreck. It has treasure, and she can give you directions to it should you want to investigate that. It may have more clues there.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Can anyone else breathe underwater? Because I can't.
Nope.
I don't. Kara can't swim either.
Okay.
Scuba gear.
And that's it. Like, and she just
Oh.
kind of like withdraws.
Wait.
Wait.
Fish.
What's their name again?
Ovra?
Ovra.
Over.
Have you noticed a decline in the fish population?
Yes. Well, I mean, a girl has to snack.
Oh, girl, I get it. I totally get it.
This would have been starting 10 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's about when I got hungry.
Oh, are you not eating?
How
Do you need some
long-
food?
How much
Are you
longer?
volunteering?
No, not me. You can't eat me, but we can get you some chowder.
Do you know where all the fish went?
Gee.
Well, some of them are in my belly.
How long do you eat for?
Well, I mean, until I'm full.
How long would that be?
Are you able to move from this area?
Well, I do drift a little bit from time to time. Yes, yes.
Could you possibly be persuaded to drift further out to sea?
Why would I want to leave this warm water that I've found here? I've been here for thousands of years.
More food.
It's been getting kind of low, hasn't it?
Well, I mean, you just have to stick my neck out a little further than usual is all.
Is there?
I like her a lot.
No.
I really do.
There's no way like a care would be horrible for this. Could someone with charisma try to persuade her
Oh,
to
let's see.
relocate?
Probably not me, but
I start like I guess panic expression looking at Xander or Haida.
I don't know.
It's like,
None of my characters ever have high charisma, guys. Ever. So don't look at me.
yours is better than mine.
Ophra,
I can try.
you don't happen to have a cabin somewhere on your shell, do you?
A cabin?
Like for someone to be able to hang on.
What?
I mean, like, because you could swim, and there's an underground city, and there's underground treasure, and I'm sure, like, we could help each other.
I assure you, if you get to the shipwreck, you will be fine.
Oh. There's probably some sort of like magical, like breathing
Apparatus.
scuba gear thing, right?
The ground begins to shudder, and her head comes back down underwater, and she starts to pull herself underwater.
Didn't get an answer for my question either.
Bye bye.
to get back on the boat.
Probably good.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the boat.
Nice meeting you.
We love you.
Okay, so you're gonna get back on the boat?
Yeah.
So the fish problem probably can't fix unless we get someone from the guilds with better persuasion skills to ask Ophra to
I mean,
move a little.
he's there noticing that the fish is declining too, so we don't know if it's him eating it or if it's they're
Yeah, he
dying off.
Ophra said that they started eating 10 weeks ago. It's when they got hungry.
Oh.
So depending on how long Ophra eats, what they didn't answer.
Oh, we could tell
The
the
fish
we could tell the village, and they can eat giant turtle.
That's a lot of turtle stew.
Yep.
But this should be reported to the guild, and maybe we could help them in the long term with their fish problem
Yeah.
as a separate thing from the missing people.
Okay. Do you want to send the information back to the guild now?
Yes. Dragon turtle, sentient dragon turtle,
Yep.
living outside the bay, is the result of the fish declining.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligent, possibly able to persuade, given people with better talking skills.
Okay. So you're
I
saying.
think that's essentially all he's saying. In the,
Okay. Okay.
that's like first part of the report.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. What you hear back is, Krell is not here. Yay!
Who was that?
Is that one of our other adventures? The voice.
You're not welcome. You're not guests.
It's just like the ongoing.
Could I leave a message?
Yeah, but you have to use that voice.
Kara's kind of like looking at his wrist, going, "What the heck?"
Oh my god.
I don't think they've met this person yet.
No.
What's the message?
She's like the crankiest old woman, isn't
Honestly,
she?
yeah,
Yeah, I
she is.
can
Yeah.
only imagine.
Like Roz from Monsters Inc.
Yes.
is what we're talking.
Yes.
I can't remember what episode it's from, but oh man.
That was the
Bard out of Hell.
Oh,
Bard out of
yes,
Hell.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so random too, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Kara relays the information again.
Is that all?
Yes.
Oh, God, yes.
God, yes.
And that's it. Like, there's no like disconnection. There's no like 10-4.
Just always in our
communication
minds.
stops. Yeah. Just communication straight
Yeah,
up stops.
like my slowly, like I'm still looking at the tattoo thing, and I'm like, I just kind of slowly put it down.
If it was a sitcom, it would be like, doo-loo-loo.
Yeah. Okay, so you're back on the boat with Rex?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you heading towards the shipwreck, or do you want to go to another island? What do you want to do?
Shipwreck.
Okay.
Well,
I
what's
think.
closer? Do we come upon another island before we hit the
It's,
shipwreck?
it's entirely up to you. I mean, this is your call.
I'll ask Rex, do they have any way that we could actually reach the shipwreck itself? Like, it's underwater? Or just, like, on the rocks?
No, it's like half up, half
Okay.
down. Yeah.
Care reluctantly makes a note to everyone that he can't swim.
Oh,
Pardon me.
please act that out.
It's like,
guys.
yeah, pretty much. He's coughing, and if we're going to the shipwreck, you'll have to go without me.
Well,
I can't swim.
we can do that.
Dwarves are heavy, so I sink.
We don't want that. We do not want that.
It's all that beard. It's all that beard.
And like, Kara doesn't even have a very long beard. It's short.
Okay, so you head towards the shipwreck.
Yeah.
Okay, so the shipwreck is right beside an island, and it seems as though the shipwreck has been forgotten for quite a while. Its most distinguishing feature is the bow of the boat is very, very tattered, very beat up, and it's sticking up out of the water, which is like kind of like touching the island, and the back half of it is like sunk down under the water. It's a massive, massive ship.
Is it bigger than Urin's?
It's probably close to the same size. Yeah, it's like a big galley ship. Yeah. Okay.
I want to go aboard.
This isn't as bad as I thought it was. I'm picturing shipwreck.
Okay.
You just stay on the top deck. Stay
Yeah.
above
Yeah.
water.
I'd like you to make a survival check, please.
All of us?
The table. Yep.
19. Yay. 16.
Ooh, 19 also.
14.
14. Okay. So Care is looking at the shipwreck, looking at the island, looking at the shipwreck, looking at the island, looking at the shipwreck, looking at the island, and goes, guys, you notice footprints on the sand, on the beach.
I was like,
Oh.
hand up.
Okay.
Footprints.
Mhm.
Let's get closer to that before we go to the shipwreck.
Yeah. Meg notices them as well.
Okay.
You kind of notice them roughly the same time, but like you definitely kind of point them out. You're like, yo, we don't need to go swimming.
Yo.
We can go that way.
Essentially, yeah.
What kind of footprints are they?
Human. Yep.
Okay.
How old does the shipwreck look?
I mean, it's probably been there for a while. It's like a forgotten shipwreck.
I bet it's magical.
I want to go aboard.
Okay.
I guess we'll look at the group. Do we
Wanna
want to do the shipwreck first, or do we want to follow these?
Are the footprints going to the shipwreck?
Let's split up.
No.
I'm like, no.
Okay, so the footprints kind of lead off onto the island. I mean, these could be some of the survivors that you've been hearing about.
Yeah. Let's
Loot first?
Guild would probably take a cut.
Yeah, we should go find the footprints.
goddamn footprints.
Okay.
We can come back and suggest the.
Fine.
I won't report. Like, I look at my wrist. I'm like, we can report after
Okay.
about
So
the shipwreck for the guild.
Yeah.
you do follow the footprints for a little while, and then it looks like they stop, and then there's some kind of struggle, and then there's like
Struggle.
obvious marks of something being dragged down towards the water. Oh. But
Back towards the.
but what I would like you to do is make a investigation check, please.
Oh no.
I have a -1 in investigation and I rolled a 1.
Critical fail.
You do as well.
I have a +3.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
I just noticed it back to the water. I'm like, nope.
I just go and drown.
That
You
man
start
turned,
eating sand.
that man turned into a turtle.
Okay, so Cynthia, what you hear kind of off in the distance is the sound of water running. It's a lot of water, and it's very quick, very fast.
Can I figure, know which direction it's coming from?
Yep. It's like inland on the island.
Okay, I hear fast rushing water this way. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So you follow along this pathway.
What about the guy who just got dragged that way?
All we saw was stuff in the sand.
Into the
we
water.
Don't know if that's where they were going.
He's dead. Let's just keep going.
I mean,
It's like body being
I am
dragged.
eating
like,
sand
I hear
still."
water. I just
I'm stupid
no,
now.
I mean, what can you do, right? He's
Okay.
already in the water.
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow along this pathway, and you do come out to a small pool of water, and there is a brook that runs off of it. By a brook, I mean river. And there's a waterfall that falls off of. It's not like a huge waterfall. It's not like 100 feet high or anything like that, but it's a reasonably impressive waterfall. And the water is rushing down over the rocks and things like that. And it lands into the pool, and the pool kind of calms as it runs down into the river. And I would like you to make a perception check.
5.
15.
15.
critical fail.
All right. The two who got 15s, you can see that there's an inconsistency behind the waterfall, an inconsistency in the rock.
There's something here. I start walking towards it.
Rocks?
Behind the waterfall.
Listen, smartass.
I have stone cunning, but it's history related, so that probably won't help here.
It may.
What's the history of these rocks?
Yeah, pretty well. I'll give it a shot.
Well, I mean, is it a man-made void or is it a natural one?
Yeah. Make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework. You're considered proficient.
Okay.
You're gonna add double your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Give her.
19 total.
Okay. Care and Xandra, you get to the other side of the waterfall and you see what is very clearly a man-made doorway almost that is cut out of the waterfall, and you can see it's attached to a tunnel.
How big is it?
Humanoid. It's big enough, like it's
We can walk through.
you can walk through it. Yeah.
You said man-made, so I'm holding you to that. That will not be a monster.
Yeah, right.
No surprises.
Man-made.
Man-made
mean
as
a
opposed
monster.
to bored by like a giant worm.
Right.
But a monster could live in there now.
And this feels like the right place to take a break for the week. The question is, are there monsters in the tunnel? Ooh, we'll find out next Tuesday. We also need to say a massive thank you to @TartanDM on Twitter. He was the voice of Bozkey this week, all the way from Scotland. My gosh, Wizards and Wine, truly international. Dare we say global? Okay, maybe not. But anyway, if you would like to become the voice of one of our NPCs and help to deliver the week's assignment to our intrepid adventurers, let us know about it. We'll see if we can work something out. You can hit us up on social media, of course, @Wizards and Wine on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you can also just shoot us a quick email to wizardsandwine@gmail.com. So until next week, always drink responsibly, always carry a D20, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
And then I pull out like a thing and I do science.
Have you ever tried their corn chowder? It's amazing.